Tusonga mbele mama Afrika, Afrika.
YouLead Summit, the One Young Africa Summit, is back, larger and more impactful than ever. As was in 2021, YouLead Summit 2022 covers an Africa-wide audience, bringing together hundreds and potentially thousands of youth leaders, continental, regional and national policy makers, private sector and NGO stakeholders to craft responses to the continent's rapidly growing youth population, their challenges and opportunities.
The treaty establishing the East African community is people-driven, and the youth form part of this. In fact, they constitute the largest number of the population in East Africa, and that is to say, the community belongs to the youth. And therefore, as the East African community with other stakeholders, we felt it's important we have a very special event, actually a summit for the youth.
Africa's young people are searching for green grass elsewhere, but the green grass is here in the continent. And I think the YouLead Africa is that platform that makes young people in Africa act as one, come together, and create solutions for the challenges that they face, but also receive support from those who love what they do and want them to succeed.
It's about uplifting the community by empowering every individual that can contribute to our society's progress, well-being, and stability.
The YouLead Summits you host in collaboration with the East African community and other partners are extremely important in providing the youth a forum whereby they can air their feelings, and it's the only forum as well on our parties as governments to understand what exactly the youth are thinking about, what we are doing in government, maybe what we lack, and what they think could be done by respective governments. I think it's a very, very important forum for us and for them as well. And rest be assured that the East African governments are supportive of what you're doing.
It is actually a special event that will be targeting to talk to our youth and tell the youth that the community belongs to them, to take up responsibility and take charge of this community. And this is a time to do so.
This is a very successful culmination of dedicated efforts of the YouLead Consortium of Youth Serving Organizations and the YouLead Secretariat.
YouLead Summit is convened annually by the East African Community and MS Training Center for Development Cooperation through their youth engagement initiatives, the EAC Youth Ambassadors Platform, and YouLead Africa. Since 2021, the East African Business Council has joined the partnership to strengthen the youth in business focus of the summit.
So it is important to engage and involve youth from initial discussion about our drive to promote continental free trade area.
The community belongs to the youth, and therefore, as the East African community with other stakeholders, we felt it's important we have a very special event, actually a summit for the youth.
This year, in the spirit of Going Africa, Southern Africa Youth Forum, SIOF, has joined the partnership as a convening partner. From 12th to 16th December, the YouLead Summit will be held under the theme Digital Access and Future of Work. The selection of this year's theme particularly seeks to take stock of the transformational role of digital access to the future of work in Africa's development agenda and reposition Africa's digitalization agenda as a preeminent public good.
We are witnessing a digital revolution, and the digital tools have supported many of the political demands. Majority of the population and the continent is actually offline. We are disconnected, and this connection is not just in terms of digital infrastructures. We talk also about logistical infrastructures, we talk about electricity, we talk about all the infrastructures that give us the opportunity to access to the internet.
Our thematic forums this year are Day 1, the Under 40 Political Leaders Forum, examining the policy and institutional environment and the state of youth participation in political governance.
You are never too young to lead. You are never too young to do that which you believe in. You young people are going to change Africa.
as young people, we need to know and believe in the power of showing up. You need to show up, because I had the choice of backing up and leaving that room, and I will not have been the youngest actually head of department in a serious organization.
Policymakers and Development Partners Roundtable, examining the role of policymakers and development partners in creating an enabling environment for young people's participation. This year's roundtable will focus on the relevance of the Africa-Europe Partnership to the African youth. Day 2, the official opening ceremony of YouLead Summit by His Excellency Jakaya Kikwete, former President of Tanzania and patron of YouLead, Her Excellency Fatoumata Tambajang, former Vice President of the Republic of the Gambia, Honorable Dr. Peter Mathuki, Secretary General of the East African Community, Ms. Makena Mobobia, Executive Director, MS Training Center for Development Cooperation, Ms. Angelina Ngalula, Board Chairperson, East African Business Council, and participating EAC heads of state and ministers, representatives of African Union Commission. The Under 40 Business Leaders Forum, exploring making the AFCFTA promises to African youth a reality, opening markets and opportunities for women, youth, and SMEs. The East Africa Youth Enterprise Awards Gala Dinner, supporting youth-led businesses and ideas that are innovative and action-oriented towards providing decent livelihoods for youth. Day 3, the Gender Equality Forum, discussing African youth priorities towards the Commission on Status of Women, 67, Innovation and Technological Change and Access to Services in the Digital Age for Achieving Gender Equality and the Empowerment of All Women and Girls.
Achieving gender equality at last is our means of giving back to those countless women who have dedicated their lives to ensuring we could all sit here, positioned to bear an impact on the future of our communities.
Arusha Peace Forum, focusing on the peace and conflict climate change nexus and understanding how Africa's youth, peace and security agenda can be achieved in practice. The forum will be climaxed with an Arusha Climate Change Marathon and Climate Justice Town Hall. Day 4, Post-Summit Agenda of Action, a proactive mechanism to ensure that the life of the summit discussions go beyond the summit reports, actively transforming regional business and politics by providing the right environment at both policy and program level in partnership with YouLead Consortium members, stakeholders, and other interested parties. Tubonge East Africa Parliamentary Connect, a joint flagship initiative with the Mzalendo and Kenya Young Parliamentarians Association, KYPA, to foster young leaders' legislative enlightenment and elected young political leaders' performance and cooperation enhancement among the young political representatives in the EAC region. Day 5, not just a summit, the Arusha experience. On the final day, participants have the opportunity to explore the many features and recreational opportunities that Arusha and its surroundings offer.
And I really appreciate YouLead Summit for giving us a platform on how we can build a collective power to create a sustainable movement that will help us create change in our society.
YouLead Summit is really awesome. YouLead Summit Youth Power.
YouLead Summit is empowering.
We encourage all partners to join us, especially to support the national processes, but also to support the participation of representatives from the countries into the regional summit.
This event will be co-hosted by the patron of the youth in East Africa, His Excellency Jakaya Kikwete, the former president of the United Republic of Tanzania, and of course myself as the Secretary General of the East African Community. We have also invited other heads of states to take part in this.
I call upon policymakers, development partners, the private sector, media, civil society, and other stakeholders to be part of and support the East African community in convening this year's YouLead Summit.
We welcome you to Arusha and looking forward to seeing you. Tukutane Arusha.
Contact us at director@youlead.africa. To apply as a delegate, visit www.youlead.africa.